Good morning, students. This is the 13th lecture on engineering thermodynamics, and we shall continue with the second law of thermodynamics, the second statement, that is the Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics. Now, just to recall what we recapitulate what we did in the last class, let me say that the Clausius statement states the second law this way: it is impossible to construct a device operating in a cycle to transfer heat from a cold body to a hot body. That means a body at lower temperature to a body at higher temperature without the help of any external work. This is how the statement, Clausius statement of second law goes. It says, without the help of some external work, it is possible to transfer heat from, it is impossible to transfer heat from cold region to hot region. That means with the help of some external work, it is possible that heat can be transferred from low temperature body to a high temperature body. And this act, unnatural act of transfer of heat from cold region to hot region, is accomplished by a set of devices called refrigerator, heat pump, heat refrigerator and heat pump, and also air conditioner. Alright. So, yes, in the last class we stated the second law as stated by Clausius, and we saw how heat transfer is taking place from the cold reservoir to hot reservoir with some input work. And based on this principle, a refrigerator works, a heat pump works, and so also an air conditioner. Now, let me give you a definition of refrigerator, the technical definition of refrigerator. If I ask you what is a refrigerator, it may appear to you as a very silly question, because in our day-to-day life we see, we use, and we have been seeing a refrigerator for a long time. We have been seeing an air conditioner for a long time. Alright. So, but I am not asking you what is a refrigerator in that sense. I am asking you what is a refrigerator in the technical term. Okay. So, let us give a technical definition to refrigerator. So, what is a refrigerator? Refrigerator is a device. Refrigerator it is a device which operates in a cycle and maintains the temperature of a body at a value less than that of its surrounding. So, what is a refrigerator? Refrigerator is a device which operates in a cycle and maintains. So, it is not a cooling device. It maintains. Maintains means it ensures that the temperature of a body kept inside a refrigerator is maintained at a temperature value less than that of the surroundings. Now, to explain this, if the outside temperature is 40 degrees centigrade and you want the temperature of water to be maintained at 10 degrees centigrade, then put it inside a refrigerator. There, the 10 degrees centigrade temperature of water will be maintained with respect to time. That means there will be no change in temperature of water or milk or vegetables with time, with increase in time, even though the outside temperature is 40 degrees centigrade, and even though by a natural process heat will leak from the outside surroundings to inside the refrigerator. So refrigerator maintains it. How does it maintain? It maintains by continuously extracting heat from the stuff. So there, if this is the cabinet of a refrigerator, inside the cabinet the temperature is 10 degrees centigrade, outside it is 40 degrees centigrade. So in a natural way heat will leak into the refrigerator because there is a temperature gradient of 30 degrees centigrade. So whether you like it or not, it will not stop. It is a natural process, it is a spontaneous process, and this leakage will happen. Now if you want to maintain the temperature inside the refrigerator at 10 degrees centigrade, what you have to do, whatever heat is being leaked into the refrigerator per unit time, that much of heat must be removed from inside the refrigerator and should be thrown to the atmosphere. That means if you want to maintain the temperature of this pen, say Q amount of heat is going every second, and you want to, so its temperature is likely to increase. Now if you want to maintain its temperature at a constant value, then Q amount of heat must be taken out of this every minute. Then only the inflow of heat and outflow of heat will be same, will be magnitude wise same, and the object will be maintained at a particular temperature and it will not suffer any change in temperature. That is what exactly happens in case of a refrigerator. So refrigerator is a device which, operating in a cycle, maintains the temperature of a body at a value less than its surroundings. So we will draw the same diagram. This is a refrigerator and this is the cold body which is to be maintained at a temperature T2, which is the cold region, and this heat is to be extracted from the cold region. Whatever heat is rejected to the cold region from outside, that much of heat must be rejected out, that is Q2, with the help of some external work, and that must be thrown to the atmosphere. So this is Q1, and the atmosphere is at temperature T1 and T1 is greater than T2. So this is what we did that day. So what is the COP of refrigerator? COP of refrigerator is desired effect. What you desire? What is the purpose of using a refrigerator? You should be very clear what is the purpose of using a refrigerator. The purpose of using a refrigerator is to maintain the temperature of the body at T2 while the surrounding or atmospheric temperature is T1. So it is maintaining the temperature of a body at a value less than the atmospheric temperature or surroundings temperature. So how can it do it? Only by transferring heat from the cold body to the hot region. And according to Clausius statement of second law, this can be carried out, this can be accomplished only with the help of some external work, and some work is provided externally, so that this unnatural heat transfer does take place and the body is maintained at temperature T2. Therefore, the desired effect is to remove continuously heat from the body to maintain its temperature at T2. So what is the magnitude wise, what is the desired effect? Q2, because our purpose is not to throw Q1 to atmosphere. Our purpose is to remove Q2 amount of heat from the body. So Q2 is the desired effect, and what we pay for it, in what terms? We pay in terms of mechanical work, that is W. So COP is Q2 by W, or that is equal to Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. This is COP. This we did that day. Up to this we did that day. Now we will try to understand what exactly is a heat pump, which also works in the same principle based on Clausius statement of second law, but it is different from a refrigerator in a sense that the purpose of using a refrigerator and the purpose of using a heat pump are different. Okay, so this is clear. Then we'll go to heat pump. What does a pump do? What does a fluid pump do? What does a water pump do? It takes water from a lower altitude to a higher altitude, okay, by creating some pressure differential. Similarly here, what does a heat pump do? It transfer heat from cold region to hot region. How? By absorbing some work. Alright, same principle, but the purpose is slightly or is just opposite of that of refrigerator. In a refrigerator, the temperature of the body is maintained at a value less than that of the surroundings. In heat pump, the temperature of the body is maintained at a value higher than that of the surroundings. So what is a heat pump? A heat pump, it is a device that operates in a cycle it maintains the temperature of a body at a value less than, in case of refrigerator it was less than that of the surrounding. In case of heat pump it is at a value more than that of its surroundings. Refrigerator maintains the temperature of a body at a value less than that of the surroundings. इसलिए रेफ्रिजरेटर में जो कुछ हम रखते हैं वो ठंडा लगता है. ओके, if it is peak summer outside, you want cold drinks or cold water, then you go for a refrigerator. But heat pump में the purpose is different. What does a heat pump do? It maintains the temperature of a body at a value more than that of the surroundings. I am giving you an example. Suppose you go to a European countries, say you go to Switzerland, the outside temperature is minus 20 degrees centigrade, and inside the room you want to maintain a temperature of 25 degrees centigrade, right? So inside the room the temperature maintained is 25 degrees centigrade. बाहर कितना temperature है? What is the temperature outside? Is minus 20 degrees centigrade. So which is the hot body? This is the hot body, that is the cold body. The outside is the cold region. Now if this is maintained, then whether you like it or not, naturally, in a natural way, what will happen? How the heat flow will take place? The heat flow which you cannot check. One is that the heat will flow from the room to outside, because inside the room the temperature is 25 and outside the room the temperature is minus 20. So from hot body to hot region to cold region, heat transfer will take place naturally. Suppose Q amount of heat is going every minute from the room to outside. So what should happen to the temperature of the room? The room temperature should go down. But you want to maintain it at 25 degrees centigrade. So what he will do? Whatever heat is being leaked out or transferred from the room to outside, the same amount of heat must be supplied back to the room every minute per unit time, so that the temperature of the room doesn't get affected. That means, and where from you will get that heat? That heat will be brought from the cold region and will be thrown to the hot region, that is the room. And how can this be accomplished? Only and only by following Clausius statement, which says that for doing this unnatural act of transferring heat from cold region to hot region, you have to provide some work externally. So here also some external work is provided, and the body is kept at a temperature higher than the surrounding temperature. So now in this Switzerland example, what is the surrounding? Surroundings is outside ambience. Outside ambience is how much? At what temperature? Minus 20 degrees centigrade. So you are maintaining the room at what temperature? Plus 25 degrees centigrade. So you are maintaining, or the heat, with the help of heat pump, you are maintaining the temperature of a body, that is the room, at a temperature which is 45 degrees centigrade higher than that of the surroundings. Fine. So how can you do that? How does the heat pump do it? Heat pump does it by following this law, which says that if you are supplying some external work, then this is possible. Now let us draw the schematic for heat pump again. Just like refrigerator, the schematic from heat pump will be exactly the same, because the guiding principle is same for both. Now this is a heat pump. This also acts between a sink, it is between a source at temperature T2 and a sink at temperature T1. But difference is that here the cold body is atmosphere and the hot body is the body or the room. Okay. So here the purpose is same. Q2 amount of heat is taken out of the atmosphere and it is thrown to the body, and with the help of some external work. So this is Q1. What is the difference between the refrigerator and this one? You can see the diagram is same. Only thing is that there the body was here and the atmosphere was here. Here the atmosphere is here because that is the cold region now. Heat is being extracted from the atmosphere and is thrown to the body. Now see, what is the desired effect here? What was the desired effect there in case of refrigerator? There we wanted to cool the body and maintain the coolness. Therefore, Q2 was the desired effect. Now here we keep the body at a temperature T1. For that we need to supply Q1 amount of heat. So here the whole purpose or the desired effect is, what is the amount of heat that we are supplying to the body in order to maintain its temperature at a temperature more than that of its surrounding, that is Q1. So here if you calculate the COP of a heat pump, then it will be the desired effect, that is Q1 divided by the energy input, that is in the form of work. So here the COP is Q1 by W. So there it is Q2 by W. So COP of a refrigerator is Q2 by W. Heat extracted from the cold body. This is heat rejected to the hot body. So that is the purpose. Now see, now look at this. If you look at Q2 by W in case of refrigerator, where Q2, the W was coming like this and Q2 was going like this, and these two terms, these two quantities were mutually independent. Means neither W was a part of Q2 nor Q2 was a part of W, and both are independent quantities. Therefore this ratio was free to take any value depending on what the value of numerator and what the value of denominators are. So there was no relationship between Q2 and W. But look at here. Now what is this Q1? This Q1 is the sum of Q2 and W. That means this Q1 is always higher than W because some other energy and other quantity is added to it. W plus Q2 is Q1. So Q1 is always greater than W. So COP of a heat pump, COP of a heat pump is always greater than 1. Whereas COP of a refrigerator can be less than 1, can be greater than 1, can also be equal to 1. Here it cannot be equal to 1 because Q2 cannot be 0. It cannot be less than 1 because Q1 is always higher than W. So it is always greater than 1. It is always greater than 1. So we learnt about what a refrigerator is, what a heat pump is, and how the COP of refrigerator and COP of heat pump are quantitatively described. Right? Now, as mechanical engineers, you also need to know what is the difference between a refrigerator and an air conditioner. So, we are all acquainted with the use of these two devices in our day-to-day life. We know what an air conditioner is, and we know what a refrigerator is. Now, we have technically defined what a refrigerator is. Refrigerator is a cyclic device which maintains the temperature of a body at a value less than that of the surrounding. Heat pump is a cyclic device which maintains the temperature of a body at a value higher than that of the more than that of the surrounding. Now, what is an air conditioner? Air conditioner is nothing but a refrigerator. It also does the purpose of transferring heat from cold body to hot body, but there is a small difference between air conditioner and refrigerator is that although the cycle etc are same, the thermodynamic cycles are same, but the air conditioner is mostly used for the human comfort, and two things are maintained. Not only temperature, along with temperature, the humidity level is also maintained at a value which is found to be comfortable for human beings or for the purpose where it is used. If it is used for vegetables and all, what is the humidity level it is to maintain? So there are two controls. One is temperature control and one is humidity control. These two controls are there in air conditioner, whereas in refrigerator the temperature only is controlled and is kept and maintained at a value less than that of the surroundings of the heat pump. The case is reversed. If you are in a cold country, if you want to maintain the temperature of a room inside which you require some comfort, then in that case you can use a heat pump which will work in the same principle of transferring heat from cold region to hot region in order to heat the room at a value, maintain the temperature of a room at a value higher than that of the surroundings. The surroundings temperature may be sub-zero, but inside the room you enjoy a temperature of 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, that is the basic difference between an air conditioner and a refrigerator and a heat pump, and accordingly the COP of refrigerator, COP of heat pumps are different. COP of refrigerator can take any value less than 1, more than 1, or even it can be equal to 1. COP of heat pump will always be more than 1, and the reasons I have explained. Alright. So, we learnt about basically three thermodynamic devices. One is a engine, one is a refrigerator, one is a heat pump. Now, engine is a power giving device. Refrigerator is a power absorbing device because W is an input there. Similarly, heat pump is also a power absorbing device because work is an input there. Okay. So, these are the, and in case of engine, work is the output. But what is the commonality among them? What is the similarity among them? What is the common thing among them? Is that all the three things are cyclic devices. That means they operate on the basis of some thermodynamic cycle. Now, if I give you, say for example, there is an engine is supplied with 80 kilojoules of heat every minute and has an efficiency of 30%. What is the rate of heat rejection in kilowatt? Suppose let us do a small problem. The problem says there is an engine and the engine is supplied with 80 kilojoules of heat every minute. 80 kilojoules of heat every minute. So 80 kilojoules every minute, and it has got an efficiency of 30%. The efficiency of the engine is 30%. What do you mean by that? That means whatever heat is supplied to the engine, 30% of that heat supplied gets converted to mechanical work and 70% gets rejected. Okay, so what you have to find out here? You have to find out what is the amount of heat that is rejected by the engine to the sink every second, because it is in kilowatt. Alright, so this is a very simple problem. You will not get a problem as simple as this one, but only for practice I am telling this. So how to solve this? First thing, identify what is the device. The device is a heat engine. Alright, device is a heat engine. And so first thing what you do, you draw the schematic of an engine. Now this is an engine. You know how to draw it. Q1, Q2. This is the sink. This is the source. And this is the work output. Now what is given? Given data is, what is given? Q1 is given 80 kilojoules per minute and efficiency is given 30%, that means 0.3. 30% means 30 by 100, 0.3. So efficiency is 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So this is 0.3, 1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. Q1 is how much? 80 kilojoules per minute. 80 by 60 kilojoules per second. So Q2 by Q1, and Q1 is 8 by 6 kilowatt. So find out Q2. So Q2 can be found out from this. Okay. So once you are given with, out of the three things, eta, Q1 and Q2, you can find out this. If you are to find out what is the amount of work done by the engine, then it is 30% of 80 kilojoules per minute. That means work done is 80 into 0.3 is 24 kilojoules per minute, or 24 by 60 kilojoules per second, or kilowatt. That is what is the work done. Okay. Similarly, in refrigerator, if you are given how much heat is required to be extracted from the body in order to maintain the body at a particular temperature, and for that what is the amount of work that is required to be given as input, if these two things are given to you, then you can find out the COP, because Q2 is given to you, W is given to you. Take the ratio, and that ratio is the COP of the refrigerator. But here only thing you have to see that you have to ensure that both Q2 and W are in the same units. In every step you have to ensure that they are having the same unit. The units must be under your control. Okay. So uniformity of units must be maintained, and then you can solve any problem. This much for today. In the next class we will solve a problem from refrigerator, heat pump, and we will also see how refrigerator and heat pump can be coupled. There can be a coupled device where an engine will deliver some work, and that work will be consumed by a refrigerator, because engine gives work, and refrigerator consumes work, that Okay. So एक को work देना है और एक को उसको लेना है. So whatever work will be generated from an engine, that will go to the refrigerator for driving it. This kind of problem we will do in the next class. Okay. This much for today. Thank you.